Hello and welcome to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. In the wake of Lionel Messi's injury, I am going to take you back to November 2015, El Clasico at the Bernabeu, without who? Our talisman, Lionel Messi. He wasn't there, but we got through the game and won by 4-0 at the Bernabeu in front of the Real Madrid faithful. That was an incredible game, and we're going to be looking at the highlights, we're going to be looking at some stills, and just looking really, what can we learn from that game, and most importantly, what can we implement now into our own squad, into these players right now who need to perform without Messi in our team. We have got some massive games coming up. We need all the help we can get, and it starts right here. Let's take a look. And when you were looking at that starting lineup without Lionel Messi, of course, the big man included was Sergio Roberto, and it was his versatility really in that midfield that gave us the lift at the Bernabeu that we really needed. And as you can see here in this first still image, you've got 4 along the middle, Iniesta to the left, Rakitic to the right, Sergio Roberto through the middle, and Busquets just dropping a bit deeper. And that's even forced here Gareth Bale to drop in, because Real Madrid simply couldn't handle those 4 midfield players. And it wasn't just as they were, it was the versatility, it was the fluidity. In that midfield, Rakitic at times would come from the right, he would come central, you'd have Sergio Roberto swapping positions with him, you'd have Busquets dropping deep, Iniesta going from the left to the centre, and it was so much movement and so much chaos that Real Madrid simply couldn't cope. It was dragging defenders out to try and deal with them, it was creating space, all for those 2 up front, Suarez and Neymar. But what I would also say with regards to looking at how we can implement that now is, it doesn't really matter who you have on those wings as long as they want to work, because even at times here, you can see Neymar dropping into that left wing position, and as we know, he didn't like to defend a great deal, but at times, in the big games, you could get him to do that work. So if you want to put Dembele there, if you want to put Malcolm there, maybe somebody versatile on the other side, like Rafinha, who can also operate wide and is central position, it can cause problems to the opposition to have that sort of uncertainty. They don't know where they are, they don't know how to pick them up, they don't know who should be marking them, and that in itself can cause you major problems when you're trying to defend. But without further ado, let's move on to the goals, and there is so much to analyse about these goals, and so much that I think we can still implement in our game today with the players that we have, because watch this kind of goal, watch the kind of movement here. We're going to show the clip in a minute, but just look at this still, because Roberto is on the move, and it is his movement, his driving force from that midfield that completely opens up this move. He drives into the space beyond the midfield, and you can see Rakitic here in the picture who's being marked by Ramos, but because of Sergio Roberto's movement, because of that driving run, Ramos has to react. The midfield have been cut apart, Ramos is going to step out, and in doing that, he completely opens up the space for Luis Suarez, and that's what the midfield has to do. They have to create the space, they have got to cut apart that midfield, draw out the defence, which will give Suarez space to do what he does best. And it really is so good. You can see here, Roberto, he's looking around his shoulder, he's having a look at the space, he can see it, Busquets finds it, and bang, Ramos suddenly is completely drawn out, it's driving from Roberto, Suarez is always going to be attracted to that kind of space, and it's a wonderful goal. Within 10 minutes there at the Bernabeu, we have set up our midfield, we've got runners, we've got players who are willing to exploit that space, which you will get against the top teams. The top teams, because they like to attack, because they have players who want to go forward, there will always be space. You need players who are willing to find that space, find that room, and are willing to exploit it. And that's exactly what happens here. You can see Roberto driving on. Suarez there. Ramos is out of position. He's been dragged out. He can't get back in time. The finish is absolutely wonderful. Suarez in front of goal here. So clinical. He is going to need to be that clinical in this stage without Messi. But it's Roberto's influence. It's somebody there in that midfield who's willing to take a risk. And this next clip here doesn't even result in a goal. But it is so important. And again, something looking at today with the players that we have to do this. When you don't have Messi, you're going to be lacking in those attacking areas, and even more so because we don't have Neymar. You can see in this clip, as we're about to see, Iniesta picking the ball up, driving at Real Madrid, and again, I want you to keep a special eye on Sergio Roberto, who originally takes up that position on the right-hand side, but he drives beyond Real Madrid. He gets in the box, he gets in there because we need more numbers without Messi, and without Messi's influence in the final third, we are going to need some desperate help from midfield. It starts here with some really good pressing. think that's the advantage as well, having a lot more players in that midfield. Iniesta gets the ball in space, and watch Roberto driving beyond Real Madrid. He gets the ball from Rakitic in the end and blazes it over the bar. But look, it's about getting bodies in the box. It's about taking those risks. Even here, away at the Bernabeu, you've got players there who want to get in behind, who want to find that space, because with that many midfielders on the pitch, you will get that ball, you will receive that pass, but to do that, you've got to make the run. And this one actually does lead to a goal, but it's even more important for me. Without Lionel Messi, the big thing that you have to do is work harder. It is as simple and as easy as that to do. You've got to go out on that pitch, and every single player has got to give 10 times more effort. They've got to give a bit more to make up for what we're losing. And you look at this shot here, and you'd say, actually, are Real Madrid going to be in any danger? Suarez is nowhere near Luka Modric at this stage, but it's that desire, that burning desire, and that hard-working ethic that gets him back that ball, sends us on the break, and ends up in the back of the Real Madrid net. Because as Keylor Navas plays out the ball here, Suarez so quick to turn around, close down Modric, real heart and desire, wins it back, and suddenly Real Madrid are all at sea. You've got Iniesta here, who's always looking in beyond. It's a cutting pass, it's a forward pass, Neymar is in space, a clever finish, and as easy as that, it's 2-0. And that all comes from that pressing, that intensity that you must have in the big games. And like I say, every single one of these players is going to need to work that bit harder without Lionel Messi. And we're not even going to stop this clip. What we are going to do here is simply appreciate the magic. You can see Roberto here. This time he's out on the right. And look at Iniesta. He's just making his way infield from the left, completely unmarked. Suddenly now there's a chance on. And this is what we'll miss. There is no getting around it. Quality footballers produce quality results. Iniesta will be a massive miss in this kind of game without Lionel Messi. And so will Neymar. Two players who can make something out of nothing, who can create a goal, who can score a goal out of absolutely nothing. And there is no getting away from the fact that we will miss those kind of presences. But what we've got to have now is players in our team right here and now that step up, that say, you know what, I can be like those players. I am a Barcelona player and I'm going to step up and show what I can do. Because this kind of football is absolute quality. There's no getting around that. It's a sensational goal. It's a wonderful, every little bit of this goal is absolutely brilliant, from the finish to the little flick to the movement to the celebration where the injured Lionel Messi comes onto the pitch and gets with his teammates. It's a wonderful team goal. It put the seal on a magnificent win, and it really is incredible. And again, guys, this moment here doesn't lead to a goal, and at this point, Lionel Messi is back on the pitch. Obviously, he came on in this game as a substitute later on in the second half, but I want to pinpoint here Andres Iniesta. Now, I never ever get tired of talking about this man, but it's here, look, he's surrounded by 5 Real Madrid players, he's got Modric closing him down, and from this still here, would you believe that it ends up at the other end with a chance in our favour and a good chance to score as well, simply because of what he does, his determination, he's running with the ball, he's taking that risk, he's taking it on, and that's what we need. We need somebody to take on that responsibility, somebody like Felipe Coutinho, get his head down and run with the ball, break the lines and create chances in doing so. And if we just run the clip on now, you can see exactly what I mean. There's nothing on here. Iniesta wins it back. It's a quick turn. He's suddenly away from 3, 4, 5 players bursting at Real Madrid. He gets his head up, he looks for options, and suddenly now we've opened up the entire pitch. He has started there and created a move, then it goes into Messi, and again, that is what we're going to miss. That pinpoint accuracy, he finds spaces where there isn't any, and we end up nearly scoring. It is quality, it's about breaking from midfield, trying to open up your opponents, and that is going to be vital against the bigger teams. And now this clip here, the 4th goal isn't really going to help us, and we're trying to play without Messi because he is a major part of it. And just watch this kind of quality. This is what Messi can do. This is what we've got to try and replace. He sees that pass. You should never ever be able to play that pass. There's no space there, but he finds it. It's into Suarez, and just like I said earlier, Suarez is going to need to be clinical. He's not going to get as many chances as he does when Messi's on the pitch. He's going to get less and less opportunities, but when they do come along, he's got to take them, because we need somebody there who's going to score the goals. We need somebody there who's going to be a leader, and that has to be Suarez. He is going to be our talisman. He is going to be our man in front of goal to deliver the results. It's all on his shoulders. Can he produce? So those were just some clips there, guys, that I thought maybe would help us in looking at how we can really get the best state of our team without somebody like Messi, but the two things that I would really take from this, and what I would say two players who have to give more, are Luis Suarez and Felipe Coutinho. I would pinpoint those two as the make or break of our team right now. Luis Suarez has to be a goal scorer. In recent weeks, we said he's been improving, he's been helping Lionel Messi, he's made a few dummies, he's made a few stepovers, and he's been doing very well as a sort of creative number 9. But that right now has to go on the back burner. Right now, he's got to be a goal scorer. He's got to get in front of goal and put things away, be clinical, and get us the goals that are going to win us games. And with Felipe Coutinho, he's been doing well as well, chipping in with goals, but it's always creative influence that we're going to need to see in the weeks to come. He's going to need to be that link between midfield and attack. He's going to have to drop deep like Messi does, where we need to get the ball, when we need somebody to start dictating the tempo from deep and finding those kind of quarterback passes that Lionel Messi can, the unseeable passes. Coutinho may not quite have that in his locker, but we do need a bit more creativity that's going to need to come from his side. And I think for Coutinho, this could really be a make or break moment. I think he could really step up here, show a lot of people what he's all about. He's a very expensive signing, don't you forget. He's been waiting for this kind of responsibility. Now it's here. He's at Barcelona. He's wearing the shirt. I'm absolutely sure he's going to deliver now. And so that basically brings to an end today's video, guys. And obviously without Lionel Messi, it's very, very difficult for any team. We're all very disappointed, but I think we should be positive. You know, we've got a set of players here who've got a chance now to prove themselves, to go out there, to show why they belong at this club, why they have the quality. And I'm really, really excited in the coming weeks to see that kind of quality out on the pitch, delivering results without the best player in the world. So we're going to have to see what happens, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you think of this video? What do you think we can do to survive without Messi? Let me know in the comments down below, and of course I will see you later on for the Barca versus Inter game. That's going to be game 1 without Lionel Messi. Let's see how it goes. I'll see you later, guys, but until then, as always, Vesca El Barça.
Barça! Barça!